What's going on, you guys? Welcome on back to the channel. Now, as you know, recently I talked about the leaks for the big Boruto Two Blue Vortex Chapter 21, and I was loving it so far. Like, from what I've seen from the leaks, I thought it was already amazing. But now that the full chapter dropped, I figured, let me just make a video talking about my thoughts in full about this chapter because I'm going to be honest, this might be my favorite chapter in the series now. Like, Prescience was already up there for me. Like, Prescience was already my favorite chapter. But after this chapter, man, I don't know. I might have to do some reevaluating because there were so many things that were great with this chapter. So before I even get into the chapter as a whole, first and foremost, I want to get into the paneling and the artwork. Ikemoto is actually killing it now. Like, I know he had some growing pains at first, but dude, in Two Blue Vortex, he's put out nothing but bangers every single month. And this chapter just feels like a culmination of all of it. Like, literally, of all of his work in Naruto Next Generations and all of Two Blue Vortex up until now. This is hands down his best artwork that he has ever put out. The paneling, I think, is some of my favorite that he's ever done. Like, even though a lot of the chapter was like recapping of what happened before, he was able to construct it in such a way that it didn't feel like it was just needless recap. It was Sarada's journey up until this point where she was finally able to accept herself. She was able to accept her feelings for Boruto and able to accept her feelings as Hokage or as wanting to be the Hokage, and she's not feeling guilty about it anymore. She's not averting her gaze anymore. And now she's able to use her Mangekyo Sharingan in full. And we're able to get that reveal of her Sharingan's powers in full. I thought that was incredible, man. Like, the way he set that up throughout the beginning of the chapter up until when her Sharingan's powers are finally revealed, I love that. And that was some of my favorite stuff in the chapter. So, major props to Ikemoto, man, because I feel like a lot of people aren't going to give him his flowers, but he's been crushing it, and he deserves some recognition for this because, my God, man, this is hands down some of the best artwork that I've ever seen in the Boruto franchise. But we're gonna move on from that. We talked about the artwork. We talked about pretty much Sarada as a whole. Like, Sarada's abilities, dude. The fact that Sarada is able to create like these spheres and suck people into them, and that's how Ryu dies, bro. I love that. And honestly, Sarada is like right up there now for me with with one of my favorite characters. Not because her Sharingan is cool, not because like I love the skill set of her new Mangekyo Sharingan. No, it's because she killed Ryu. Ryu is hands down one of the most annoying characters that I've ever had the displeasure of reading in Jump, in like just Jump as a whole. He was so annoying throughout every chapter that he was in. I wanted somebody to piece this guy up so fucking bad, but nobody was doing it. And I was afraid he was going to get out of this arc unscathed and we were going to have to deal with him again in the future. But nah, Sarada locked in, wiped him out. Oh, that was so amazing. I'm so happy he's gone. I really hope he doesn't come back. I need them to just take his thorn bulb and like make it so he can't come back. Because holy shit, he was the most annoying character. So that's like Sarada's best feat for me. The fact that she took that guy out and he's not going to come back in the story, hopefully. Like, thank God. Thank God he's out of the story, man. Like, I don't know if you guys hated Ryu as much as I did. Like, he was one of my least favorite things about this arc, reading this arc month to month. I hated him so much. I don't know how the rest of the community felt. Maybe you guys liked him, but I hated his guts. He was the worst character that I think we've ever seen in this manga, so far at least. And Sarada taking him out, that just moves Sarada up in my rankings of characters for me. So I appreciate that. And I'm happy he's out of the story. And hopefully now we can get Shinki back, the better character. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna move on from the Ryu slander. I could make a whole video talking about why I hate Ryu, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So As I talked about before in my other video, Yodo is officially dead. And at first I was like, why are we killing Yoda? That doesn't make any sense. But if you think about it, Yodo dying was that last push that Sarada needed to accept her feelings for Boruto, accept her conflicting feelings with Hokage, and awaken her Mangekyo Sharingan. That was the whole purpose of Yodo, right? Like, sure, Sarada was getting close to that revelation herself with like Sumire and all that, but it really took Yodo like putting that all out there for her and basically revealing her own feelings for Shinki and her own conflicted feelings that allowed for Sarada to really like reassess her feelings and put them all into perspective. And that's why Yodo dying serves as that trigger, because Yodo was the person that was able to really help Sarada get her feelings like she was able to, Yoda was the person that really helped Sarada realize what her feelings were and what they meant. And that's why Yodo's death is so important to the story, because it allowed for Sarada to level up, and now she's essentially going to be one of the strongest characters in the verse now because of Yodo. So even though Yodo, I was surprised that they killed Yodo because I thought they were going to have her like either like get with Shikadai or get with Shinki or something like that. But no, Ikemoto was like, you know what? People expect Yodo to be with Shikadai at the end of the story. We're going to take that away. We are not going to have that because everybody thought Yodo and Shikadai were going to get together because that's what happened with Shikamaru and Tamari. They got together. So naturally, we all thought that could happen. No. In fact, that Ikemoto took that possibility away, which I thought was very clever. So Yoda was officially dead, and then we move on to Boruto and Kashin Koji having their big. This is essentially their big blowout, at least on Boruto's end, because Boruto was essentially like he was pressing Kashin Koji a little bit because he was like, was there any way that this Mangekyo Sharingan could have been revealed without Yodo dying? And you can see the cracks in the relationship or in the partnership getting wider and wider. I've been suspecting that the partnership between Boruto and Koji could crumble away at some point. This right here is the tipping point. This right here is the point of no return, because as soon as Boruto asks Kashin Koji, will the same thing happen to Konohamaru if I don't go save him right now from Metsuri? And Kashin Koji essentially is telling him, do not do that. Jura is going to pull up and kill you. And as soon as Boruto leaves, that partnership is gone. And now Boruto has to face the ultimate consequences now. Because once he speed blitzes in, kills Matsuri, sure, Matsuri's dead. But now the second that happened, Jura is 100% going to pull up now. Because I didn't even think Boruto was going to show up this arc. So the fact that Boruto has now officially shown up, it's about to pop off now. This arc is going to come down to like a very climactic finish, because I was saying for the longest time that Konohamaru's fate was in Boruto's hands. Like, if Boruto shows up or not, will Konohamaru survive? Konohamaru now makes it out. Konohamaru is going to survive this arc, I think. So that's nice. I'm glad Konohamaru gets to survive. But now Boruto is going to have to face the consequences of his actions next chapter. And it's pretty much going to be, will he be able to take out Jura this next chapter, chapter 22, or will he essentially lose someone else? Could he potentially lose Konohamaru as a result of his actions? We can only find out next month, man, when chapter 22 drops. Dude, this chapter, straight up banger. I loved it so much. But I want to know what you guys think about the chapter. How did you guys feel about chapter 21 as a whole? Did you love it as much as I did? Or do you feel like a different chapter is like the best in this series? Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Bye.